Hi and welcome to 24 Astro. Today I will be talking about Black Moon Lilith in the 5th house. The 5th house being the house associated with play, flirtatious behavior, spontaneity, joy, our inner child, children, outside ourselves, and expression, self-expression. From those words, I think the most common use is self-expression. It's the house associated with Leo, so it's also the qualities of Leo of wanting to be seen, wanting to be the center and being on stage, where our soul demands kind of validation from people. Having Lilith here could indicate shame around Leo qualities, being seen when it comes to just letting yourself be yourself and expressing your joy and showing people your fun side. Also flirtatious behavior, flirting with people. You could be quite shy here. Because Black Moon Lilith represents this patriarchal formed demon, shadow side, in trying to control and suppress the wild side of our feminine psyche. And when we have this in the 5th house, we have most likely been shamed for this aspect of ourselves during our childhood. So there's a lot of repressed energy in this field of life. And the most healing thing we can do is to see this side of ourselves, have consciousness around it when it awakes, to understand and pinpoint what is happening inside ourselves. If we say something and feel shame, then noticing, okay, Black Moon Lilith is awoken, and then from there starting to recognize this pattern in yourself, and then working with it, working as its separate entity to integrate that suppressed part of your wholeness into your fullness, your expression of your full potential. And how you do that is individual, so there's no correct answer that anyone can give you. It takes the time that you need. If you work best with putting a bit of pressure on yourself with expression, and that you set up some structure in the form of that you decide that you need to start to create more and show it to people to get over this blockage, or if you need more softness, that you can when this awakens, that you try to soothe yourself and say that it's okay. Make sure that your root chakra feels balanced, that you give yourself this security that you need. You could do shadow work in this aspect as well, doing a lot of questions and inquiries into yourself, why you feel this way, trying to recollect memories when this happened, maybe from childhood when you played and someone shamed you, or in art class when someone laughed at your drawing, for example. Like regression work, trying to close your eyes, memorize, or trying to close your eyes and then recollect this memory, and then meeting yourself and holding that experience and feeling the shame. When you show yourself that you can tolerate shame and still survive, or that reminds you that you can really carry yourself in every emotional state, and that will give yourself, your inner child, some reassurance that you can handle this. Just like make time where you have this like expressive creative moment. You could also read books on the process of creativeness. So there's 2 books that I could recommend, and probably so many more, but I recommend books because books are a great way to get someone that's really had the same issue as you or challenge as you, and they have put enough time and effort into that topic to summarize a book. Like, think about the amount of effort that's put into a book that's comprehensive, that is like they have reread that book, they have like, it's so much more than just doing a video. And I think it's, I see the beauty of YouTube, but a book is different. It's so much time put into it. It's like it takes years for some people to write a book, and for YouTube it's like free flow. It's speaking your mind, sharing your experience of life, which is so beautiful. But books have this depth that YouTube videos often don't. So reading books is a good complement, and I can recommend Big Magic and The Artist Way, which both of them explain your relationship to creativity and how to try to see it in a different light, and not being identified with what you create and the outcome, and just creating for the sake of creation, and letting go of fear, different fears that can arise, which can be fear of perfection, fear of rejection, fear of performance. Like, there's so many different fears that can block you. And for someone with Black Moon Lilith in the 5th house, this can be a very appropriate book or discussion, internal discussion, to start with yourself and see what unconscious thoughts and judgments you have towards yourself. And Black Moon Lilith, since we have so much shame, it can also show where you have a lot of potential. So you can be a very creative person, and it doesn't have to be creative in a sense that it can supply you, or it's your livelihood. It can just be you, that you really, your soul longs for it, because it's been suppressed for such a long time. So starting that discussion with yourself, just the unfoldment of that topic for yourself. It's for example, just like doing YouTube. I've had that thought of doing YouTube for maybe like 15 years because it just felt such like I said, like the beauty of just free flowing and expressing yourself, and I had such blockage from being able to sit down and expressing myself. And now I'm actually enough comfortable to express myself, and doing this, I'm hopeful that the more I do, the more I express, the more I put myself into that situation where I am open to be seen, that can heal me and like catapult me into the next level of my unfoldment of my soul's journey. So whatever it is that you have a blockage to, just practicing that and just doing it and finding your way how to do that. Whichever zodiac sign will determine what kind of internal experience you have. For example, I have Taurus, and for me it's representing the shadow side of Taurus, this fixation with the material and physical security, and me needing a lot of security before I can self-express. But check on your zodiac sign and then check the shadow aspects of that sign. I would say that's the most efficient way to do it, because if you just watch some sign, or you just see the sign, it's hard to place like how can that show up in Black Moon Lilith in the 5th house, for example. So Google shadow trait of that sign and it's a bit more clear for you how it can translate. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the video and I'll see you in the next video.